from the pain and made it out of Banner. Drove and see the nightlife where they call Atlanta. Southside shows for a couple dollars, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are here. It's New Year's Eve. It's the last brew party. It's the last Maloney's Money Line of the year of our Lord 2021. I'm joined as always, my good buddy, the cutest gambler in the world. It is Ryan Maloney. Ryan, how are you feeling? Missed you last week. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, looking forward to a great, fantastic 2022. Yeah, I had a good Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone. Yeah, let's start this year off with a bang.
Start off with a bang. Let's bring the winners into 2022. We're going to have just bangers. We're going to make this cash all year next year, and we're going to start with this weekend. Actually, we kind of started last weekend, Ryan. I don't mean to alarm anybody, but we went 13-3 as a show with our Christmas picks, and I don't know if the key is just us not actually doing the show and just giving out the picks.
We'll see this week.
Apparently those are the winners. But I finished last week at 7-1. Ryan finishes last week at 6-2. We just really couldn't miss. We couldn't miss. That is the first time that one of us has gone 7-1 and the other has gone 6-2. Since week 15 of season 1. So there's just something about week 15 where we just go ham. 7-1 for me, 6-2 for Ryan. That brings our overall record as a team up to, I've got it right here, 133, 113-2 overall for season 2. 53%, not too shabby. I am at 67, 56-1. That's good for 54%. Ryan is right behind me at 66, 57. I'm 67, 56-1. Ryan is 66, 57-1. Sorry, a little tongue twister there, a little confused for a second, but I wouldn't be the brew party if I didn't fuck something up. So those are our records going into this week. We know it's New Year's Eve. We know everybody's ready to go out. We know we've got this college football playoff game going on right now. So we are going to keep this one short. We're going to keep it sweet. We're going to get to the picks. We did not put together a parlay yet this week. I say yet. We don't have a parlay for this week. Apologies. We'll do one next week for week 18 of the NFL. But I know Ryan's got NFL picks. I've got some college football picks for Saturday as well as the NFL. We've got one head-to-head matchup that I did not realize Ryan was taking until after I'd already put everything in. So excited to talk about that. But, I mean, let's get it started. We are going to start with our favorites of the week, as we always do. Ryan, welcome back to the show. Let's get it on.
All right, my favorite, I'm going to go with the Cowboys -6 versus the Cardinals. I just kind of feel like the Cardinals are kind of declining as the season progresses, and the Cowboys are hitting on all cylinders. So I've picked the Cowboys a lot this year. They're pretty good against the spread. I don't have their exact record pulled up right now.
They are 12-3 against the spread. Best in the
league.
League.
So why not?
Why not? Yeah, this game's super interesting. At least for me, it's two teams in the NFC on very different ends of the spectrum. I know both have already clinched the playoffs, but you're talking about an Arizona Cardinals team that's lost their last 3 games. You're talking about a Dallas Cowboy team that's coming off that like 56 to fucking or like 1,000,000-0 win the other night. And it's a team. It's a game that the Cardinals really need. So I'll be interested to see how they come out. But Dallas -6 is the pick for Ryan. Kind of like the Cardinals. I'm not going to lie because I think they have to win it. But I will stay away from the game in solidarity with you, my friend. So my favorite, it's also going to be featuring the NFC East. It is the Eagles -4.5, bang, bang, bird gang at the Washington football team. This is an Eagles team that's fighting for a playoff spot. They're in the middle of the playoff race. And now they are really sitting pretty now that we have Kirk Cousins out with COVID. He probably did his own research. They're a team that Minnesota is fighting for, and I believe now Antonio Gibson is out for the Washington football team, their number one running back. So Eagles -4.5. They have all the momentum, middle of a playoff push. They're 8-6-1 against the spread on the year. The Washington football team is 5-9-1 against the spread on the year. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So let's go to our Scooby-Doo underdogs of the week. Ryan, it's your favorite pick. We know that. Hit us with it.
Yeah. And Scooby's actually being super annoying right now. But,
I, for one, am shocked.
So yeah, my underdog, I'm going to go with the Ravens +5.5 versus the Rams. I picked this one basically because I feel like everybody is on the Rams. And this Ravens team is fighting for the AFC North right now. So, so the Ravens are a game behind the Bengals. So must win for them if they want to win this division. And I like them this week. They're kind of inconsistent, but we'll see.
This is an ultimate fade the public because literally everyone and their mother is on the Rams. I don't even know. And I kind of like the Rams in the spot, but I don't know what to make of this game. Is Tyler Huntley playing? Are we seeing Lamar? I mean, I believe Harbaugh said yesterday that there's a chance that Lamar Jackson could play, but I don't think he's practiced in like 2 weeks. So are you going to be seeing the best version of Lamar? But you're absolutely right. Cincinnati's got a tough game this week against Kansas City. If they win that game in Kansas City, they clinch the AFC North. But, very high possibility that doesn't happen. The Chiefs are playing incredible football at the moment. I think they've won, 8 in a row now, and they don't show any signs of slowing down anytime soon. So I will give my underdog now. It's a team that I have bet on multiple times on the show so far this year, and Ryan, I'm going to compare them to your Miami Dolphins of last year. It's a team that we had, who knew they would be number 3 in the league against the spread, and that is Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions. Oops, wrong one. Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions +7.5 at Seattle. So they are 10-5 against the spread this season. Seattle's having the worst year of Pete Carroll's tenure, and some are even calling it the worst year the Seahawks have ever had. I like Detroit to keep this game within a touchdown. I think Goff is back this week off the COVID list. If not, it's more TB12, Tim Boyle, which that I don't like it as much. Seattle 7-8 against the spread. I don't know. I like the Lions in this spot. We've talked a lot about road dogs on this show against the spread, hitting at over 56% so far on the year. So I'm going to ride that trend. I'm going Lions +7.5. They really should have won that game last week as well. So we move from our underdogs to our overs of the week. Ryan, we'll start with yours.
All right, I am going to go with Broncos Chargers over 45. Don't really have much reasoning behind it. I mean, Chargers 8-7 for their overs. Broncos are dead last at 3-12. But I don't know. I still like it. It's a low total.
Actually, I
have a fun one.
I have a stat for you. The Chargers have given up 21+ points in their last 11 games.
Interesting.
And we know how explosive the Chargers offense is as well.
Mm-hmm.
They give up 21 plus. And right. I like it as well. I think I'm going to ride with it. I know I did see that, though. Denver's terrible at going over. But,
I was going down the list, and I was like, Denver is just dead last, 3-12.
Where are they at again? So that is Ryan's over. It's Denver and LA over 45, minus 105 odds on that one. We go to my over for this week. I'm going Buffalo, Atlanta over 44. I'm just pulling a Maloney on this one. I saw the number, I liked it, and I took it. Overs are 8-7 in Buffalo games and only 6-9 in Atlanta games. I don't love those numbers here, but it just feels like a game where a lot of points can be scored. Like it just feels like a fun one. I know Atlanta can put up some points. Buffalo definitely has hit their stride. I think they're kind of back a little bit after we were doubting them a couple weeks ago, coming off that big win over New England. And I look for them to kind of crush Atlanta here. Atlanta is really good at getting their asses kicked by good football teams, and that is what I believe the Buffalo Bills are. So I'm taking this over. It feels kind of low to me, so I'm taking over 44. We now move on to our unders of the week. Life's too short to bet the under, but we do it once a week anyway. Ryan, we go to yours.
All right. Georgia's up 17-0 now.
Yeah, I know.
So my under, I'm going to go with the Bucks Jets under 45.5. So the Jets are hitting at 9-6 for their overs, and Tampa Bay is 7-8. So the Jets are kind of up there, but I just feel like the Jets are not going to score very many points against this Bucks team. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just kind of a game where Tom Brady's going to go in, win the game, and go home. So could see it being low scoring.
Yeah, me too. This feels like a game where the Bucks kind of just impose their will on the Jets. The Jets are coming off that big win over the Jaguars. And yeah, it just feels like a letdown spot for the Jets here. I like this under as well. Tampa Bay and New York under 45.5. I don't remember if I put that up there or not, so I'm going to do it right now. My under, we are going with same game as earlier, Detroit and Seattle under 42. So an interesting stat here that I put together. If you combine Detroit and Seattle games this year, unders are 29-1. They are two of the worst teams at hitting the over so far this year. I'm going to take the Lions to cover, and I'm going to be on the under 42 here as well. So we go now from here to our locks of the week. Ryan, you better lock it up.
Sorry, my mic was. So I'm gonna lock it up.
I haven't even finished a beer yet. I'm not drunk enough to not be able to hear him.
So I'm gonna go with the Bengals plus 4.5 versus Kansas City. I feel like the Chiefs are kind of rolling right now. They've kind of found their stride again. But I think it's just one of those weeks where the Bengals come out, they play real well, and they get maybe a W. But I think 4.5 points is a decent amount for this game, so I'm going with the Bengals.
I love it. Bengals plus 4.5. I just talked up the Chiefs a couple minutes ago and how good they've been, but I love me some Joey Burrow. Just him last week with 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, almost 5 touchdowns. That one long one got called back, unfortunately, but Cincinnati's cooking right now, and I love to see this team cooking. I know. Because everybody questioned the way they built it, and I mean, I was a fan of it. Go get him some weapons on the outside, and then worry about the offensive line, obviously. And I mean, I've talked to my good buddy AJ Eder-Williams from the 3-Man Weave podcast plenty of times about the Bengals and his thoughts. It's like the offensive line wasn't terrible; it's serviceable, maybe not the best, but it was enough, and it's done the job, obviously, so far this year. They're 1 win away from winning the AFC North, and this arguably would be their biggest win in how many? I mean, I don't even know when the last time the Bengals won the North was. Would be a huge win, especially on the road in Kansas. Is it on the road or is it there?
It is in Kansas, or no, it's in Cincinnati.
Oh, I misspoke earlier. Shocker. So it's in Cincinnati. I might like that even more. So yeah, Bengals plus 4.5. You better lock it up. So this one, Ryan, I'm calling this one the Jimbo special. Notre Dame -1.5 versus Oklahoma State. Jimbo Maloney, Ryan's dad, will be in the building. I have no choice but to take
the
the
luck of the Irish.
Yeah, the Jimbo lock of the week. I don't trust Spencer Sanders at all. That's Oklahoma State's quarterback. He's been pretty shaky, especially to end the year. Both of these teams have really been outstanding on defense so far. Kyle Hamilton, the star safety, is declared for the draft for Notre Dame. Kyron Williams, their top running back, has also declared for the draft. They both opted out of this game. They are two of Notre Dame's best players, maybe their two best players. So I don't love that, but I like Notre Dame -1.5 here. I think they're a good enough team to get this done. It is the start of the Marcus Freeman era. First-time head coach. He was their defensive coordinator that all the players pushed for to get hired after Brian Kelly left on them. So, yeah, I love Notre Dame here. Obviously the players want to play for him. I think they're gonna come out strong. Notre Dame -1.5 is my pick here for the Fiesta Bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
And I would put the odds at probably over -1,000 that Jimbo will be wearing a very, very basic dad, probably navy hoodie or sweater with just the ND and then his green Chicago White Sox hat. I guarantee you that he's going to at least wear that Sox hat.
We need a picture. We need a picture.
He'll post a selfie for sure.
Let's go. Let's go. He's just living his best life out there in Arizona.
He's living it.
And you're giving him shit every time for what he wears. It goes his knockoff, Larry Fitzgerald jersey, and then now it's just his basic ND hoodie. All right. Notre Dame -1.5 is my lock of the week. Ryan likes the Bengals +4.5. We go now. Each of us have got 3 general picks for the weekend that we will share with you now. So, Ryan, you go ahead.
All right. I am taking a page out of your book. I'm going to go with the Eagles -4.5.
I love it.
At the football team. You pretty much covered it, but the Eagles are fighting for a playoff spot. And I really just don't think the football team is very good. I feel like they had, somewhat good first half of the year, and now they're just kind of back to being the football team. And you probably hear Scooby whining over there.
Yeah, it's all good. That just means it's a winner. So yeah, I completely agree. It's the life and the shit. We got
big play.
Let's go. I like how we're both streaming it, so I'm not ahead of you right now.
We're both a little behind.
I'm in the other room streaming. So yes, I mean, what more can really say about this game? The Eagles have just turned into one of the best teams on the ground. We know, Chase Young is out. They've had problems defensively. We had, Jonathan Allen trying to punch Darren Payne in the face, or I don't remember. Is it Payne? Is his last name? I don't remember his first name. Things aren't great in Washington right now. Hammer Philadelphia. Shout out to my guy D-Bake and of course Sporty Jordy. And I don't know, our friend DJ Rizzi as well. Huge Philadelphia fans that are friends of the program. So my first general pick, I'm going to some more college football. Lane train, baby. Ole Miss -1.5 versus Baylor. This is a game where I'm definitely riding the Lane train here. I think Matt Corral and the Ole Miss offense are going to have a huge day. This is his one last ride before, he declares for the draft, and really one last game for him to show NFL scouts what he's really made of and what he brings to the table. Baylor has had an awesome year as well. They are the Big 12 champions. They knocked off Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game. And they are not to be, overlooked. Jerry Bohannon at quarterback, I believe he's back after missing the last 2 games, will be a problem. It poses a threat, but I'm taking Ole Miss here. I think it's going to be an awesome game. I think take the over, whatever it is. I think it's at like 57 or something like that. I stayed away from it for these picks. Baylor is 9-4 against the spread on the year. Ole Miss is 7-4-1. Couple numbers to keep your eye out for. But this game also is being played in New Orleans. It's the Sugar Bowl. I think it's going to be a pretty pro Ole Miss crowd. So I think that plays a little bit of a factor into it as well. So I'm taking Ole Miss -1.5. Let's go back to you.
All right, my next one, I'm going with the Colts -7 versus the Raiders. So the Colts, why are you laughing?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Continue.
Yeah, so Colts also fighting for their division. They're a game behind the Titans. And the Colts 10-5 against the spread, Raiders 6-9. Nice. But I mean, I don't know. Jonathan Taylor has not had the best couple of the last 2 weeks. I mean, he's obviously been phenomenal all year. The last couple of weeks, he's been a little bit more on the slower side. And I don't know. I can expect a big game from him. So taking the Colts -7. I wish it was 6.5, but I like -7 too. I think you're muted.
I pulled a Maloney. Well, yeah, you'll take the 7. What a setup for this. I'm taking the Raiders +7. This was the head-to-head I was talking about, folks, and it's one I'm not super sure about. I don't know if Carson Wentz is playing. I don't think he is. He got put on the COVID list earlier this week, but I think he's a game-time decision. If he is
Sam
out,
Ehlinger.
Yeah, Sam Ehlinger will make the start. If that's the case, I like the Raiders to keep this game within a touchdown against a rookie quarterback. You already said it. Indianapolis is one of the best teams against the spread so far this year at 10-5. Las Vegas only 6-9. But I think Las Vegas is still in the mix for a playoff spot. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I like the Raiders +7 here. Head-to-head matchup. Like I said, I probably wouldn't have had it on the card if I realized you had Colts -7 until I went to type everything in here. So that is our head-to-head matchup for the week. We each have one more pick that we are going with, Ryan, and I know exactly why you're taking this one, and it's so funny.
Well, I'm going with the Steelers +3.5 versus the Browns. Big Ben's final game at Heinz Field, and right, it's Heinz Field. I don't know. But,
yes, it is.
Shout
out to you, Ryan.
It's Big Ben night. Everybody will be wearing number 7 in that stadium, and expect 350 yards, 4 touchdowns from Big Ben in this game. He's going out with a bang.
Out with a fucking bang. He's going out with a bang. He'll probably end up in a walking boot. He teased it earlier in a press conference.
He'll end up in a double walking boot and a sling, but he's putting it all out there.
I cannot wait for just the Big Ben shit they're about to just pump down our throats that entire broadcast. And you know how wacky the Monday Night Football graphics already get. So I can't wait to see what they do for Big Ben. But this is a must-win game for I guess both teams. I don't know. I don't think the Steelers are eliminated just yet from the wild card, but it's going to be a good one on Monday night. Steelers +3.5 is Ryan's last pick. For my last pick, it's one more college football pick. I'm taking Arkansas -2.5 versus Penn State. Penn State's going to be missing a ton of guys for this game, including Jaquan Brisker at safety and Jahan Dotson at receiver. Those are their 2 best players. I don't think there's really any question about it. They've lost a bunch of games this year, Penn State, that is, against teams with a solid running game. Arkansas has just that. KJ Jefferson can run the ball at quarterback. He really looks like Cam Newton. He reminds me of Cam Newton, obviously not as good or as electric as Cam was in college, because he carried that Auburn team on his back to that national title. But similar body type. They were one of the better running teams in the SEC. I believe top 3 running team in the SEC. I think they run all over Penn State. I think they cover this. I don't want to say easily, but I like them by at least 3 here. So Arkansas -2.5 versus Penn State is my pick. That is really all I have here. Besides this, before we get out of here, I want to remind you to head over to betus.com, BetUS Sportsbook. If you are in need of a sportsbook, BetUS is a great place to start. They've been in the sports betting industry for over 30 years. They've been serving their customers with integrity. They've been paying out quickly. They have got great bonuses, including this one, 125% sign-up bonus at betus.com with the promo code The Brew Party. That's right, 125% sign-up bonus with promo code The Brew Party. BetUS Sportsbook, betus.com. They've got a great online platform, easy website to use, easy mobile platform as well. They've got live betting. They've got futures. They've got props, anything you need. NFL season is getting winded up. The college football season is almost winded up as well, but we still have NHL. We still have the NBA. They've got golf. Really, any bet type, any bet that you could possibly think of, BetUS Sportsbook has that for you. Go to betus.com, enter promo code The Brew Party for 125% sign-up bonus. So this has been Week 16 of Maloney's Moneyline on the Brew Party podcast. I want to remind you that you can find the Brew Party wherever you get your podcast. Oh, fuck. Stetson Bennett just dropped that ball. That was an absolute dime. Holy shit. He just dropped that in a bucket. Wow. Okay. That was the running back split out wide, too. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Okay.
Is that Cook?
Yeah.
No.
Is White? Isn't it Zamir White? Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
That was
the other one is Dalvin Cook's little brother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, find the Brew Party wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. We do have Maloney's Moneyline every Friday. I think we're going to keep it going through football season, and after that, we'll kind of evaluate and see what else happens. In the new year, in 2022, I'm hoping to have more time to do this podcast, to do more stuff. More interviews and fun stuff like that. I did just get a new job that's going to be more of a 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 9 to 7 type of deal. So hopefully I'll be able to do more stuff in the evenings. And yeah, just have more time in general to do this stuff and kind of build it up. Make sure you check out us on Twitter. We are at The Brew Party. We're also at The Brew Party on Instagram. We're at The Brew Party Podcast on Facebook. You can find us on buymeacoffee.com, buymeacoffee.com/The Brew Party. You can support the show. Throw us $5. I'll shotgun a beer for you live on air, and it'll be the official beer of your name or whoever you are. So yeah, if you tune into the show, if you tune in live, we appreciate you. As always, every Friday, it's always a pleasure seeing Ryan's face here. And yeah, I don't really have much more to say. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. Follow the picks. The episode will be released shortly. If you like the audio version, video version available now. Subscribe to the youtube.com/The Brew Party. So, like this video, throw us a comment, subscribe. We're trying to get up to 100 subscribers. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the podcast. Trying to get up to 100 ratings and reviews. So yeah, as always, we appreciate it. Last show of 2021. Like I said last year, this podcast is one of the most fun things I get to do. I'm always thankful that I started it. I'm always thankful for Ryan that you've been willing to work with me and come on the show, as you've been on the show more than anybody else, like triple or quadruple the amount that anybody else has been on the show. It's been fun to follow along with our picks and kind of, have some shit to root for or root against each week. The shit list will be getting bigger in 2022. Well, you know that will happen, but last show, last live stream, we appreciate it. Everybody have a great New Year's Eve. Be safe. Call a fucking Uber. Call a ride.
Yep,
Get a ride.
do not drink and drive.
Don't drive drunk. Don't be stupid. I know this is the brew party. I encourage having a good time, but I don't encourage being stupid and getting behind the wheel. So other than that, I'm going to stop being preachy. I am a father of two, so just practicing for when I have to have that conversation in 15 whatever years. I got a Papa Del's pizza on the way for me. I'm super excited. I can't think of a better way to end the year. So this is enough of me rambling. 7-1 last week. Ryan was 6-2 last week. We're hot, baby. 13-3. We'll see if it's just us not having to do the show. That brings us the winners, but I don't think so. I think we have huge brains, and we know exactly what we're talking about. Said 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. We're out of here. This is the Brew Party Podcast, our weekly gambling segment. Maloney's Money Line is live now. Wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, you can catch the replay. We are out of here. Ryan, any final words for 2021?
No, I mean, you said it best. It's always a pleasure coming on here. But everybody have a happy and safe New Year's. Please don't drink and drive. I mean, Ubers aren't that expensive. So just be safe, have fun, stay healthy. Let's have a good year.
We know the upcharges suck, but just pay it, motherfucker. It's better than the fine for a Dewey. Also, Michigan, please score some more points. And Cincinnati, I'm just sad. Quickly, I just say they lost 27-6, but nobody should take anything away from them. That doesn't mean
they deserve to be there.
That doesn't mean they didn't deserve to be in the playoff. Undefeated, first team from the group of 5. They really just got methodically choked out by Alabama tonight. Disappointing performance, obviously, especially if you're a Bearcat fan. Don't love what you saw from the offense, but they battled. They did what they could. Sucks they didn't cover the plus 14, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I'm Andy Hopper. He's Ryan Maloney. This is the Brew Party Podcast. Wishing you a very happy new year. We will see you in 2022.